The new and improved News 6 app is here. We've added new features to make it even better, like a more customizable home screen, picture-in-picture playback, and more content to choose from. Download or update your app today. The new and improved News 6 app, available in your app store. Live from clickorlando.com and WKMG, we're getting results in your neighborhood now at 6 a.m.
Now on News 6 Mornings, the local doctor locked up and facing charges, what police say he did to his own wife.
Plus, a big verdict following the death of a 14-year-old boy who fell from a thrill ride. How much money his family will now be getting following a years-long lawsuit.
And the countdown is on as the city of Orlando gets ready to flip the switch on its holiday tree. What you can expect to see in just hours at Lake Eola, including us. Good morning on your Friday. It is 6 a.m. I'm Crystal Moyer.
And can you tell we're excited? I'm Stephen Montier. I'll have a check on the roads in just a few moments. But first, we need to get over to our chief because there's a little bit of a warm-up out there.
Yeah, big time. We're talking about 20 degrees warmer than yesterday at this point in time.
That's noticeable.
We also have to plan out our nap schedules because if we're going to be up and at 'em at 6 p.m.
Oh, it's Friday. We're going to party all day and all night.
I know, Candace, you've done it for years with us, but you were pinpoint. Last year, you got to join us on stage and stuff. But part of making it fun is just riding the wave all the way through till 9 o'clock. Yes.
You get kind of loopy, right?
You do.
Just get but you know what? Listen, at the end of the day, it's going to be just a fun time. So many great things to do with the family. Mark Lehman will have more details on that. We are excited. Right now, looking at the satellite and radar composite, if you're one of those enjoying the warm day yesterday or the warmer day yesterday, it's a mild start once again, but we've got some changes back into the forecast. So a little bit of a roller coaster ride, though, for the next couple of days. So let's start off with what's going on right now. We are starting off in the 50s and a whole bunch of us starting off right now in the 60s. 60 degrees in Daytona, DeLand, Ocala, the Villages, Wildwood, Leesburg, Claremont. All these zones right now are running, let me see. Yeah, 20 to 23 degrees warmer in this zone right now compared to just 24 hours ago. And then later on tonight, the same area that's running 22 degrees warmer than yesterday is under a freeze watch. So we do have quite a flux in those temperatures over the next few days. Now, as we start off the 50s and 60s this morning, our highs pretty much area-wide will be staying at about the mid-60s zone there, about 67 in Orlando. So as the kids are heading to the bus stop, it will be a cooler day. Chilly night again tonight. We'll have more details on that coming up in just a couple minutes. Now let's check on those roadways with Trooper Steve. He's got your pinpoint traffic.
Unfortunately, guys, we did just have a very serious crash come out on East Orange County. A fatal crash investigation now taking place. So this crash just occurred. Lieutenant currently just sent out some information here. This is going to be at Fort Christmas and Christmas Road. So out on the east side. This is not on State Road 50. This is just north of that area. Zoom out just a little bit. You can expect major closures for at least the next 3 to 4 hours along that road. I'm told there has been an injection from that vehicle and there is a fatal on the scene, meaning this will take some time to clean up. Please just make sure that you're sticking with us throughout the morning.
A disturbing arrest in Orange County. This doctor, Thomas Wetzel, locked up accused of killing his wife inside the couple's Windermere home. Police say he confessed to the crime. And this morning, we're digging into his background and exactly what led up to the arrest. News 6's Angie Casada joins us live from Macoe this morning. And Angie, indications show that he was a well-liked doctor.
Yeah, guys, I was looking at reviews online overnight and many patients praising Dr. Thomas Wetzel for his work as a doctor in internal medicine at this office behind me here in Ocoee. But this morning, he's waking up in the Orange County Jail. Of course, he's going to be facing a judge later on this morning, and we'll let you know how that goes. Reporting in Ocoee, Angie Casada, Getting Results, News 6.
An Osceola County father is now facing murder charges more than 2 years after the death of his 6-year-old son. So a grand jury indicted 25-year-old Larry Rhodes on a first-degree murder charge along with 6 counts of child abuse. The boy was found after they received a call in July of 2022 for a reported drowning over at a Kissimmee hotel. But detectives say the child was found with his face in a toilet. However, it was later determined that child died from injuries related to child abuse.
President-elect Trump's pick for defense secretary continues to make the rounds on Capitol Hill, trying to drum up support for his confirmation. Combat veteran Pete Hegseth has faced controversy, though, including allegations that he committed a sex assault, something he strongly denies. One of his meetings yesterday was with former Florida Republican Rick Scott, who says he will support the nomination.
He'll walk in with the mentality that he's going to take care of our warfighters. He's going to make sure they have the right equipment and they're not put in harm's way when they shouldn't be put in harm's way.
Meantime, qualifying officially begins today for candidates looking to run in the special election for Florida's 6th congressional district. That seat was vacated when Mike Waltz was named Trump's new national security advisor. The special primary election will be on January 28th. We're now less than 3 weeks away from Christmas. Can you believe it?
Yeah, it's crazy.
But you don't have to wait that long to get into the holiday spirit here in Orlando.
That is right. The News 6 morning team is going to be at Lake Eola in just hours. Man, just reading that makes me tired. To flip the lights over at Lake Eola.
It should get you energized, Steve.
Well, we're all going to be out there, but guess who's out there right now? News 6's Mark Lehman is there live. And Mark, you got a big sneak peek about what we can expect.
Yeah, we caught up with the company in charge of all of the decorations here at Lake Eola Park, including photo ops like this one. Now, the big centerpiece, though, is the more than 6-story Christmas tree at the center of the park. And we got a chance to take a behind-the-scenes look to see how it's all put together. Now, all around Lake Eola Park, there are lots of holiday displays. We're standing in Candyland right now. Now, the festivities are from 5 until 9 tonight. And if you can't make it in person, you can watch the tree lighting live on our News 6, on News 6 Plus, our YouTube page, and also on clickorlando.com. We're now reporting live in Orlando. Mark Lehman, getting results, News 6.
Mark, it's never too cold for some ice cream, right?
That's true. That's very true.
And for those heading to the tree lighting tonight, Candace, you know, the weather's been up and down. How should we be dressing? Jacket, no jacket?
You know what? Basically, if you're wondering, walk outside real quick, and the temperature that's outside is what the temperature is going to be at 8 p.m. We're in the mid-80s, so maybe a light jacket. It's funny, I brought the kids last year. My husband brought the kids last year, and I asked them, what was your favorite part? Thinking it's going to be me, right? They're like, oh, the lights are on the lake. So, and now that there's a candy land, forget it. There's no competing with that. Yeah, but if you are planning on joining us later on this evening, we're going to be into those mid-50s. Now, we have cold front that's pushing through parts of Central Florida right now. It's still bringing with it a lot of cloud cover this morning. So all that cloud cover acting like a cozy old blanket, keeping things very warm down at the surface. How warm? We're right now in the 60s across a big swath of Central Florida, from the coast there in Daytona Beach all through our inland locations. Right now, Wildwood, Leesburg, and Claremont, you're the warm spot along with Ocala at 61 degrees. That's running about 22 degrees warmer than yesterday at this time. Once that front clears, the skies will start to clear behind it. Cooler air will settle in. Highs today are going to be in those mid-60s, and later on tonight, after the lighting of the Christmas tree, early Saturday morning, we'll be down into the 40s. We'll have more details on your weekend coming up in just a little bit. Back to you guys.
Candace, thanks. It's 6:10. The holidays are the busiest season for the Salvation Army, especially with the need at an all-time high.
But it's not all they do. Coming up, what the organization does throughout the year to help make the community meet its ends.
But first, new developments in the search for the gunman who shot and killed United Healthcare CEO. The images police are hoping will lead them to the suspect.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Orlando Health.
News 6 is giving back this holiday season by making local kids happy for so many reasons.
Angel Tree is here to spread joy near and far.
With help from News 6 and our friends at BFAR.
Each angel is a child or senior in need.
Adopting one will make you feel merry indeed.
Can't make it to a store or don't have the time? You can buy or ship your gifts online.
Go to clickorlando.com/angeltree and start spreading joy to our neighbors in need.
End of an era's. Fans mourn as Taylor Swift's tour comes to an end. Watch the next Inside Edition.
Tonight at 7:30 on News 6.
Between its Red Kettle campaign and the Angel Tree program, it's a busy time for the Salvation Army, and the need has never been greater. News 6 anchor Justin Warmoth is taking a closer look at how the organization works year-round to help our community make ends meet.
We always say it takes a village, right?
Absolutely.
Well, the Salvation Army, their village just lifts people up. I love to see that. A homeowner in North Florida has created quite the holiday display that's really turning some heads. Take a look.
Big time here. So fans of The Christmas Story will certainly get it. That is a 20-foot replica of the leg lamp made famous in the popular movie.
It's an award.
Just outside of Jacksonville in Neptune Beach. The man behind it even included a replica of Ralphie hugging the lamp while wearing the famous pink bunny suit. Anybody ever purchase that as a kid? The pink bunny suit? No?
But, you know, someone might be trying to, like, water their lawn and accidentally bump it, you know.
Oh,
and there
used
won't
up
be
all
any
the
glue.
on purpose. Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a thing from the movie?
It's very, very fragile.
Yeah.
I need to watch and refresh myself. I've watched it. I just don't retain.
Bye, Steve.
They retain movies like Justin Wormuth retains music lines.
Or Seinfeld.
That guy wrote Seinfeld.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's such a great movie.
I will watch it this weekend.
Make sure you don't put your tongue on a pole or anything like that.
See, I know that from Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
I can't believe they just left him out there. I gotta go to class.
Come back.
Wow, you guys really like this movie.
Like I said in the last half hour, I've watched it 4 times already since Thanksgiving. Woo. All right, what to expect? The kids love it too, so it's one of those that it's tolerable for all ages. All right, let's see what you can expect over the next couple of days. It's a mild morning. You might want to start up the fireplace maybe later on tonight, early tomorrow morning, as we are going to see those temperatures dip once again. We are watching a cold front. It's not through the area just yet, and because of that, right now we are about 20 degrees warmer than yesterday morning. Into the afternoon today and Saturday, we'll be staying in the 60s. Early Saturday morning, though, we do have some freeze watches already in effect. And then starting Sunday and into at least the first half of next week, we're really going to kickstart that warming trend with the return of the 80s before we know it. Temperatures out the door right now, again, very mild. Normally, we're kind of in those blues and greens. Today, we're kind of in the yellow and greens. 60 degrees right now in Daytona Beach through the villages. Right now, the warm spots, which tend to be the coastline, are actually our interior zones and areas of Ocala, Wildwood, Leesburg, Claremont, all holding steady at 61 degrees. Here in Orlando, we're at 55 degrees. For you guys in Brevard County, good morning to you. We're at 53 from Melbourne down through Micco. Now, the clouds and rain forecast still will show more cloud cover still lingering behind that cold front. A couple scattered showers can't be completely ruled out. So cloudy skies, a cooler day today. But then as we head into the evening hours, those skies are going to clear. That north breeze will make things nice and chilly early Saturday morning. And then we'll start to see the wind start veering a little more off the ocean on Saturday. So another nice day on Saturday, staying below average. And then we'll start warming things up back into the 70s and 80s starting Sunday. Now let's check on that hour-by-hour forecast for today.
Sponsored by Strata Air Conditioning and Heating. AC emergency? You ought to call Strata.
Excuse me. 66 will be our high today. A little more cloud cover, a cooler day. Overall, a really nice night. We do have the potential for some frost and freeze tonight as we will start to see those temperatures drop. We'll be in the 40s on the I-4 corridor, mid-50s along the coastline, but our northwestern zones will be nearing freezing, which is why we do have a freeze watch for central and western Marion County until early Saturday morning. After that, though, we will be near normal for one day only on Sunday before we really start ramping up those temperatures. And for those hoping for cooler weather as we get a bit closer towards Christmas, at least until about December 20th, the Climate Prediction Center is showing temperatures still above average. So use those sweaters while you can. As you can see here, our next cold front, though, will be coming in on Wednesday. Now let's check on those roadways with Trooper Steve.
We do have a fatal crash this morning, unfortunately, out on the east side of Orange County, out here at Fort Christmas Road and Northwest Christmas Road. So 2 different intersections there. Please be careful. The area is completely shut down. You can get turned around fairly easy. Just need you to be cautious as you're cruising out there. It's going to be just north of State Road 50, so it's not on 50, and it shouldn't impair the heavy morning traffic, but this is a fatal crash, and it's going to take several hours to clear this out. Outside of that, we're doing okay this morning. This crash, Colonial Drive in Old Cheney, has been cleared.
Another delay in NASA's attempt to send humans back to the moon.
At the bottom of the hour, the problem that is forcing the push back of the Artemis mission.
This portion of the news is sponsored by the Flooring Center.
It's about making our neighborhood safer. Channel 6 has been instrumental in getting our story out there.
Breaking news, traffic. When you need to know what's going on in your neighborhood, trust Sky 6 to get the bigger picture. Exclusively sponsored by attorney Dan Newland.
All right, still to come on News 6 Mornings, we're counting down to a big event in downtown Orlando.
Oh yeah, the lighting of the holiday tree at Lake Eola, just hours away. What the city is doing to prepare for the big event.
News 6 is giving away a PlayStation 5, iPad, and more with 6 days of giveaways. Sign up to be a News 6 Insider to enter to win. Live from ClickOrlando.com and WKMG, we're getting results.
A local doctor charged with killing his wife inside their Windermere home. How police say he confessed to the crime days after the victim was found.
Plus, new from overnight, Supervisor of Elections Glenn Gilsey now suing the Orange County government. What he's demanding just days after a major move by commissioners.
And working to get results before tragedy strikes. How officials are teaming up with a local nonprofit to try and stop children with autism from drowning. Good morning, Central Florida. I'm Stephen Montiero. Bridget has the day off.
And I'm Crystal Moyer. We'll have those stories ahead, but we want to start with a check of your finally Friday pinpoint weather with Chief Meteorologist Candace Campos.
Bring it on. And we're also bringing on some cooler changes. So if you liked yesterday in the 70s, you're going to like your Sunday, maybe into Monday. But we are going to continue to watch this cold front. Now, before the front gets here, it's much warmer than what we experienced yesterday at this hour. Right now, we are all in the low 60s to upper 50s right now. A touch cooler there in Kissimmee at 52. Good morning to you guys in the Villages. You're at 61. That is the warm spot in and around Wildwood, down through Claremont as well. 53 in Melbourne. And right now, Palm Coast holding at 58. Now, compared to 24 hours ago, we are running on average about 11 to up to 22 degrees warmer this morning than yesterday. So certainly a big time warm up this morning. And then afternoon highs today are really only going to be warming up back to the mid 60s. So it will be a cooler, cloudier day for your Friday. But we do have some freeze watches already in effect for early tomorrow morning. We'll have more details on these roller coaster temperatures and the big time warm up that's ahead coming up in just a little bit. Now let's check on those roadways with Trooper Steve. He's got your pinpoint traffic.
I like the festive lights in downtown Orlando, the skyline there. They've got
it's very pretty,
green and reds going on. All right, listen, we do have some traffic issues this morning. I have a fatal crash on the east side here at Fort Christmas Road. At Christmas Road, it's going to be right at the intersection. I didn't just stumble over a sentence. Those are two different roads there. It's north of State Road 50 in North Orange County, so please be careful. But then this just happened. We have another crash that has eastbound Colonial shut down right now from Tanner to River Falcons Way. This is going to slow you down as you begin to head towards Brevard County. They do have a detour set up. Just make sure we're paying attention. Now to a disturbing arrest. A longtime local doctor locked up accused of murdering his wife.
And police say it all happened inside the couple's Windermere home. The investigation began early Monday after the victim was found on Magnolia Street, right near Main Street and 6th Avenue. News 6's Angie Casada is following the latest live. And Angie, you're a few miles away in Ocoee where this doctor had an office.
Yeah, and at this office, there's actually a note on the door saying that they're closed and they'll be calling patients to reschedule. This comes as Wenzel is getting ready to face a judge from the Orange County Jail.
Angie, thanks. New at 6:30, Orange County's Supervisor of Elections is now officially suing to try and get his budget money released. We first told you earlier this week when county commissioners voted to withhold the payment following controversy over about $5 million in spending on things like scholarships and grants. But in the newly filed lawsuit, Supervisor Glenn Gilsey says the move was illegal. The suit goes on to say withholding the funds could lead to dozens of workers not getting paid and set the supervisor's office up to possibly be sued. Gilsey maintains he's done nothing wrong when it comes to spending taxpayer money. Mayor Jerry Demings, though, says any excess funds should have been returned.
Volusia County Sheriff Mike Chitwood now says a Thanksgiving Day standoff between his deputies and a gunman was even more dangerous than first thought. So investigators initially told us the suspected shooter fired off more than 200 rounds outside of a condo in Ormond by the Sea. But the sheriff now says the man actually fired more than 700 rounds before he was killed by a SWAT team sniper.
There's still a canister. We haven't counted the unfired rounds yet. And some of those, he had reloaded before the sniper hit him.
Now, thankfully, no one was hurt. Sheriff Chitwood posted this message on social media expressing thanks for the safety of people who live there and for his deputies.
3 young children with autism drowned just days apart. 2 of those tragic cases were in Volusia County, and now leaders there are taking action. The Sheriff's Office, Halifax Health, and Easter Seals going to take a 2-step approach. One will be an extension of a program that provides special tracking bands to families. The other will be a fundraising campaign to provide free drowning prevention and swim lessons for these children.
We will make sure that people have access to those services. We have to assume that children are going to find themselves to water, and we have to be able to react.
Several other local counties also offer assistance for families with children who are autistic. We have a county-by-county breakdown right now on clickorlando.com. Just look for the story right on the homepage.
We're once again helping kick off the holidays by celebrating the annual tree lighting ceremony at Lake Eola in downtown Orlando. Your News 6 morning team will be in downtown Orlando tonight at the 64-foot tall Christmas tree is officially lit up for the very first time this year. This is video, of course, from the event last year. Our News 6's Mark Lehman joins us live. And Mark, how are those preparations looking this morning?
Well, there were months of planning to get to this point, but the man in charge of it all says everything's ready to flip the switch here at the 64-foot tall tree. We even got a chance to go inside to see how it's all put together. Now, there are a lot of festivities for tonight's ceremony that runs from 5 until 9 p.m. Now, if you can't make it in person, you can watch the tree lighting on News 6 Plus, our YouTube page, and clickorlando.com. For now, reporting in downtown Orlando, Mark Lehman, getting results, News 6.
Thanks, Mark. Now, over to Chief Meteorologist Candace Campos. Ma'am, that tree's going to look completely different.
I know.
Tonight, after we start showing it a little bit.
That's awesome. And you know what I love watching it, seeing it during the day, too, because it's right there next to all the palm trees. So here in Florida, you can do palm trees and Christmas trees. And obviously, you know, the Christmas trees aren't real, but hey, who cares? Looking here at the tree lighting for those who are going to be joining us, the News 6 morning team, they're at the lighting of the Lake Eola Christmas tree. Temperatures by the time we flip that switch will be in those mid-50s, so maybe a light jacket if you need be. But don't forget, there's also different food vendors. There's food trucks. There's a little holiday market. So if you want to enjoy the evening around Lake Eola, it's really going to be a nice night. Speaking of downtown Orlando, this is our Sky Cam brought to you by Light Orlando, delivering hope together. You can see that temperatures by about 2 p.m. this afternoon will be in those mid-60s. So it's a mild morning, but a cool afternoon. Right now, we're big into those 60s right now throughout DeLand and Ocala, 52 in Kissimmee. But the roller coaster temperatures will continue for the next few days. How warm will it get? We'll have more details on that coming up in just a little bit. Now let's check on those roadways with Trooper Steve. He's got your pinpoint traffic.
Thank you, ma'am. Things still busy out here in East Orange County. I do have a fatal crash investigation taking place pretty residential at Fort Christmas Road at Christmas Road. That intersection there is completely shut down. Vehicle, I believe a single vehicle, unfortunately, there is a fatal on scene. So this will take some time to clean up. And then also I do have a crash eastbound on Colonial at Tanner. Your eastbound lanes are currently shut down. Yesterday out on patrol, I was down in I-4 in the World Drive area, very busy. Check out clickorlando.com and you can see how that drive went. Today, I'll be headed over to the Joy Center in the Salvation Army, bringing our News 6 Angel Tree gifts out there at 10 a.m. at clickorlando.com. Join us. I may have some special guests from the News 6 morning team go with me. All right, another delay when it comes to NASA's first crewed flight to the moon in over 50 years.
What the agency says needs to happen before Artemis 2 gets off the ground.
This portion of the news is sponsored by Freedom Health Medicare Advantage plans. Get the latest news, weather, and more from the News 6 Plus streaming app. Download the News 6 Plus app from the Fire TV app store today.
Some scary moments in California after a strong earthquake prompts a tsunami warning, causing some to evacuate their homes. The 7.0 magnitude quake struck yesterday off the state's northern coast, just south of Eureka. Now, a city that is located between San Francisco and Portland, Oregon. The National Weather Service issued the tsunami warning for over 500 miles of the coastline, but then lifted it not long after. Officials say it's protocol when an earthquake this strong hits coastal cities.
Tsunami warnings anytime you're 5.0 or greater around a coastal region typically goes into effect.
This is one of the most active earthquake zones in California.
Now, this area is no stranger to earthquakes, but officials do say an earthquake this strong is relatively rare, and there are only 15 around the world each year. Well, Disney is celebrating a new addition to its Kilimanjaro safari over at Animal Kingdom, a new pride of lions. Meet siblings Mishango, Zahara, and Nima. These playful lions are bringing their vibrant energy to the park. Just weeks before the Walt Disney Studios' newest live-action film, Mufasa, the Lion King, is set to debut on the big screen. I try to look down as fast as I can so I can see these lions.
They know we're looking. They're just like, picture.
They've got real cool cat eye. They look like they're wearing like eyeliner.
I love the fact that they're siblings.
Right.
So they're going to kind of like roam there.
I've never really seen, every time I do the safari, they're never roaming. They're just chilling. Up on the little perch, keeping their eyes on the land. I've watched The Lion King too much. Everywhere, everything the light touches is your kingdom.
Okay. So what will the light be touching today to warm us up?
Not as much.
I'm trying to move to weather, guys.
I was going to take it.
We went from A Christmas Story to The Lion King.
What professional?
We need to do movie trivia night or something, Crystal. If somebody knows of a good trivia spot.
You know how competitive I am.
It's
dangerous.
Want to? No, I want to be on your team. I don't want to compete against you.
I got you.
Crazy? Yeah. All right. Never. Let's talk about your weather forecast. Speaking of sunshine, not as much sunshine as we have seen for the past couple of days. We've got a front that's right now right overhead that's keeping conditions pretty mild this morning. But once it clears by this afternoon, it will be a cooler day. The sky is gradually clearing. And then by the time we head into tonight, early tomorrow morning, it will be kind of the coldest point of this round of this cold front before that warming trend really starts to kicking in to high gear starting Saturday and Sunday into early next week. And then by about Wednesday, we're looking downrange at another cold front that will be bringing another round of cool air into the forecast at the end of next week. All right, so let the roller coaster temperatures start right now. We're at 61 right now in the Villages. Same through Leesburg and Claremont. Compared to 24 hours ago, the majority of Central Florida is running between 15 and about 22 degrees warmer this morning than yesterday. So you might not need as many, well, I'm going to tell you, you're not going to need as many layers as you have been using for the past couple of mornings. And again, it's all thanks to that cold front, a lot of cloud cover trapping all that heat down at the surface. Now, as that cold front comes through, there will be the chance of a few little green speckles there being picked up on our modeling here. And that's going to show about a 10-20% chance of a rogue isolated shower. It's not going to be packing much rain. The rain will be hard to find, but we are still going to be looking at a lot more cloud cover. Then into the evening, the skies will clear, temperatures will drop. Will be another very nice, comfortable Saturday with highs staying in the mid-60s. Now let's check on that hour-by-hour forecast for your Friday.
Your forecast is sponsored by Freedom Health Medicare Advantage plans.
It's Friday. 67 degrees is our temperature by 3 p.m., so we're still running below average. So again, a mild start, a cooler day, and then a chilly night. We will be dipping down into the 40s, so we cool down, warmed up, and cool down again. You can see that we are going to have a possible freeze potential across areas of Marion County, and that big ridge of high pressure is still going to stay in control over the next couple of days, keeping conditions well above average, and then a cold front comes through come Wednesday. Now let's check on those roadways with Trooper Steve. He's got your pinpoint traffic.
Thank you, ma'am. A crash over at Fort Christmas and Christmas Road. This is a fatal crash investigation and will be closed for quite some time. Also, East Colonial showing shut down right now at Tanner, meaning you're headed from Orange towards Christmas area. Please be careful. Follow the detour. There's quite a large scene out there. I-4, though, looking pretty good east and westbound. No issues. Your drive time's doing pretty good this morning. DOT cam also out in Brevard County showing, hey, roadways are busy, but they are currently moving. A local doctor now behind bars after police say he admitted to killing his own wife. The latest from law enforcement next as we check our big stories.
Discover the magic of color at Crayola Experience, Orlando's most colorful hands-on family attraction.
Kick off the holiday season and light up Lake Eola with the City of Orlando and News 6.
There will be activities for the whole family, and you can get some shopping done at the holiday market.
Join us for this year's tree lighting celebration Friday, December 6th, starting at 5 p.m.
It's 6:53. Let's check our big story, starting with Angie Casada and the arrest of a local doctor on murder charges.
Yeah, he's accused of killing his wife inside the couple's Windermere home. Thomas Wenzel was taken into custody yesterday, and after police say he broke down and confessed to the crime. The investigation, though, has been going on since early Monday when Linda Wenzel was found dead at their home on Magnolia Street. Wenzel practiced internal medicine for Orlando Health and has an office here in Ocoee, and there's a sign on the door saying that they're closed and they're going to be contacting patients to reschedule those appointments. Steve.
A jury has awarded the parents of Tyree Sampson $310 million. They sued the makers of the Orlando Freefall drop ride after the 14-year-old fell to his death back in 2022.
And new this morning, Orange County Supervisor of Elections Glenn Gilsey now suing to try and get the county to release his budget funds. Commissioners froze the cash earlier this week after concerns about millions in spending. Mark.
And we are counting down to the official lighting of the Lake Eola Christmas tree tonight. The tree is covered in 2,000 ornaments and 200 pounds of lights that will be synced up to music. The city is going to have a special holiday market here starting at 5, and then the News 6 morning team will be here for the official lighting at 8. If you can't make it in person, we'll have it on clickorlando.com, News 6 Plus, and our News 6 YouTube page. Candace?
And temperatures later on this evening by about 8 p.m. will be back into those mid-50s there in Orlando. Highs today up to about 66. We are watching a cold front, which is why it's a very mild start right now. But then another nice cool day Saturday. That warming trend kickstarts on Sunday into early next week with another cold front come Wednesday, cooling us back down by Thursday. So roller coaster temperatures for the next 7 days, Steve.
That looks perfect to me. And 55 degrees tonight, I'll take that.
Right, it's nice.
All right, so out on the east side, we do have a fatal crash that we've been tracking all morning at Fort Christmas Road at Christmas Road. In the intersection there, it is shut down, and there is unfortunately a fatal on scene. I also have eastbound lanes of Colonial Drive shut down at Tanner this morning, and they are detouring. You guys, pay attention. Well, thank you for joining us, and remember, we break news over at clickorlando.com.
You can also find all of our stories and podcasts in our News 6 Plus app for your TV.
CBS Mornings is next. Have a great day, and we hope to see you guys tonight.
Happy Friday.
News 6 is giving away a PlayStation 5, iPad, and more with 6 days of giveaways. Sign up to be a News 6 Insider to enter to win.